Let's talk to Elfinod. I don't remember what I'm supposed to be doing. An uncertain future. Oh no. Elfinod. Fortuitous timing as always, Suicune. Tataru is about to brief me on the search for our missing comrades. If you would be so kind, then. Tataru. Absolutely! You'll be pleased to hear that Ryul and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Filman, whatever, I'm gonna call it that, helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Luminsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Ryul, she crept aboard a ship bound for Raz-at-Han, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Yada and Palpamio, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane of all places. Ryul thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping the Royal Promenade. Elfinod. Yes, that would make sense. They could not risk being eavesdropped upon by her betrayers. Tataru. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. Elfinod. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? Tataru. I'm afraid we have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is, we've enlisted the services of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Baldesion, to aid in the search, who should be arriving any day now. Elfinod. One of these students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first, we must attend a more pressing matter. Sir Emeric has summoned the two of us for a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Suicune, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith. And mayhap we can meet with the scholars afterwards. Agreed? I nod, stoically. Tataru. In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know. Yes, go continue your drinking. If I remember that's what that is. To the local bar or whatever. Temple Knight Guard. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, miss.
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Lucia and America had looked at each other and nodded.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor?
Look at Elfenod. And nod. He smiles. And bows. Oh, Lucia bowed
Thank you,
too.
my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
She salutes. Then we all leave. Except for Merrick, he stays there.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens.
You saw a group of people, like, yelling at a priest, basically, in protest. And that guy, I'm sure we've seen him in the story, I just don't remember who he is. He just kind of walks off.
Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we sought the solace of peace, the great worm craved the misery of war. Nor was he alone in his misbegotten desire.
Nidhogg opens his eyes. Well, let's see what Alphanon says. The journey, at least, should pose little difficulty this time. You say that, but I don't think I believe it. Lucia. I know little of the lands these dragons call home. This is Annexed Shrine. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Suikun, and I must needs inform our commander of our plans. Or comrade of our plans. Oh wait, was that Alphanon? Shit. Very well, I shall see to my preparations. Alphanon. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Suikun. Yes, let's drag her away from the drink. Alright, let's speak to Alphanon. I thought you might want to tell her. Or would you rather I did all the talking? I mean, I do like it when you talk. Tatsu. So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. See, what happened was... A diplomatic mission to Annexed Shrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidofnir happen to end early, you might consider rendezvousing with Yashola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragon is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just happens to be... Alphanod. Time permitting, as I said. We should endeavor to join Yashola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Suikun. We have kept the fine commander waiting long enough. Aw, cutting Tatsu off like that. Tatsu. Well, let no one say I didn't try. Let's talk to Alphanod. One task at a time, Suikun. Besides, I have no doubt yet that Yashola can look after the scholar by herself. Let's talk to Lucia. You are ready then? Good. So am I. Let's get some hot chocolate, I guess. Let's me pick some food. So I'm trying to figure out what decent food. Whatever, I'll get some hot chocolate. Alphanod. The path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest, we should cross the Western Highlands and make for Tailfeathers in the Dravanian Forelands. There, we can stop to rest and replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. And this quest is called Breaking the Cycle. Alphanod. Strange. This is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels... hold on. This is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels as though it were a lifetime ago. I mean, it has been a while. Lucia. I always imagined the first time I set foot upon Dravanian soil would be the head of an army, and here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Yeah, life's weird like that. Alphanod. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past, though it was I who first proposed recruiting Ysayle to our cause. I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time after that. Here was a woman with the blood of innocents on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in common cause. At our side she fought in service to the greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she'll be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. Lucia. You ask much, Master Alphinaud. Yet who can say who might come to pass, should our negotiations bear fruit? Alphinaud. Yes, of course. We must press on to annex Trine, if you will follow me. Ooh, let's talk to a dragon. They're called Escos. Back in the game. Escos. Your fight with the younglings was impressive. I watched closely, and your power intrigues me. Do battle with me, that the younglings may see more of proper battle. I am certain Calm Cur will observe and learn from our example. We're gonna do that like right now? Oh. Oh. Here's Vidufnir. Did I speak to this one before? Looks like a familiar dragon. Vidufnir. Vidufnir. Thou art ever welcome here, friend of Ysael. Yeah, that is that one. But this one I do not know. Oh, Alphinaud. And Lucia. Alphinaud. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidufnir. May I present you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. She approaches and bows, respectfully. Lucia. It is an honor to meet you, Vidufnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Emeric, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Vidufnir. Indeed, you must speak, knight. Lucia. For 1,000 years, man and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed your kin to be the architects of this war. But now we know the truth that King Thordan and his knights 12 did willfully betray and murder the great worm Ratatoskr, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years our leaders conspired to conceal the truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light and the Azure Dragoon and Ysael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labored to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Ysael once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnir, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. Vidofnir. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. Lucia. May I ask why? Vidofnir. This matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Lucia. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on peace for want of patience. Vidofnir. Ha! Fear not, knight. Thou shalt not Thou shalt have mine answer within thy lifetime. Oh, great, thanks. Lucia. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Alphinaud looks at Lucia and nods. And they walk off. Within your lifetime. So in the next, 30 years, 40 years? Suck to Alphinaud. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. Lucia. To be frank, I'm surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Alphinaud nods. Lucia. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. But you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Alphinaud. Well, if you have no further need of our service, we shall continue on to Sharlayan. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in the search for our missing comrades. Lucia. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was, and thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. Alphinaud. I can think of no graver matter than a 1,000-year war, one which our friends give their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Lucia. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphinaud. I only hope thy fates will not hold you to your word. I mean, I've probably done 1,000 journeys in this game already. Look at us breaking cycles and shit. Awesome. Another time, another place. Alphinaud. So, it would seem we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Yashola in Idleshire. Alphinaud. Another conspicuously uneventful journey. It would seem we are destined not to be late. Did you not want to meet this scholar, Alphinaud? Let me guess, you have some kind of history with this person? Yashola. Ah, Suikyun, 'tis good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Trine... I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Trine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? Actually went surprisingly well. Alphinaud. As well as it can be expected. She must discuss Sir Emeric's proposal with Reviskar, of course, but she seemed amiable to the suggestion. What of our Sharlayan guest? Has she arrived yet? Yashola. She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Oh no. Be bad, isn't it? What'd you do, Alphinaud? Alphinaud. Wait, back in Ishgard, what was she trying to tell me? Who? Oh, Tataru. Yashola. It would seem we are early. Shall we wait? Yeah, I suppose. Let's go wait. And we're waiting, and we're waiting. A tiny person approaches.
I'm terribly, terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
So she is the little people? I forgot what they're called. Lafia? Whatever the fuck they're called. But she's got a yellow, very loose-fitting jacket with white trimming, which also has, like, cat ears on top. She has wavy brown hair and grayish blue eyes, I think. And looks like she's wearing a blue shirt. She looks quite adorable.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kryle, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
As far as I can tell, Elphanod did not look happy.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue.
I mean, she seems polite enough, but that could all be an act.
You must be the warrior of light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, miss. And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieur himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Kryle and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Uh-oh.
Thank you, Kryle.
She's got kind of an evil grin on her face right now.
For what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
See, that's more diplomatic. I think she's doing that to make him more diplomatic.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
Elphanod shook his head, just like kind of despair, and slumped his head to his shoulders, like, ah, damn it. And his shoulders kind of looks at him and then looks at me and just shrugs. She's like, I don't know what's going on between these two, but apparently there's history. So apparently, Elphanod was just kind of like a stuck-up brat when he was younger, and so she showed him the ropes. And she clearly, in terms of diplomatic etiquette, seems to just run circles around poor Elphanod.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
Cryle nods. Elfenad nods. And I nod. Cryle is adorable. Elfenad. She was less than flattering about my techniques when last we met, but this time I have come prepared. Let her belittle my obsidian carbuncle if she dares. Do not tell her I said that. It's like, I don't want her to actually dare, okay? Cryle. You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? Because I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us? On the way or something? Elfenad. Oh, who am I kidding? It would be fortunate if she does not mistake me for my sister again. Damn. In the eye of the beholder. Cryle. I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Y'shtola, rest assured they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Yeah, don't mess with Master Matoya. She'll fuck you up.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Cryle, of the students of Baldessian. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
Cryle curtsies, politely.
Baldessian, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the Isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Cryle, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us.
Cryle was like, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. Duh.
It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of Baldessian are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, Wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the echo invariably appear.
It's basically like kind of like the size of a bowling ball. It's blue and round and shiny, and it's sitting on top of a little pillow, like a little silk pillow, on a table that's got a like red velvet covering with 3 candles sitting on top, and some papers.
To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Alphinaud looked like he was going to object. Then he was kind of told to hush. And Matoya here is just kind of smiling, like, yeah, okay.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin.
She reaches out her hand and a glowing light emits from it, causing the crystal to glow.
From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock, I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
We nod. Talk to Cryo. Cryo. We had forests like these on the Isle of Val. My grandfather and I used to go for walks together when I could prize him away from his work. It was the least I could do for him, considering everything he has done for me. Taking me in when I was an orphan, raising me as his own, and giving me a name. You didn't think my parents named me Cryo Baldesian, did you? I don't know what the hell your parents named you. There's Alphinaud and Y'shtola. All kinds of weird fucking names. I don't judge. Alphinaud. Were I to find myself in unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Nishola. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiance. Yet, even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Cryle walks up and raises her hand. Cryle. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as an isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Alphanod. Fear not, Cryle. I had already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Nishola. This is impressive. You drew him from memory? Alphanod. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Yashola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Suikun and Cryle question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Est Vast and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Everyone nods. Alphanod and Yashola run off. Cryle. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Uh-huh. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Yeah, I'm going to assume that's why he knows how to draw people from memory. So it's this dude named Lopard. Searching for a friend of yours? Let's have a look there. Alphanod's sketch. A surprisingly accurate depiction of the missing Thancred, suggesting that Alphanod may have mistaken his life's calling. Nope, ain't seen him around. Sorry. Thanks anyway. See if I just fly over to this dude. Let's talk to Grimold. Let's talk to this guy. Hey, hurry it, man. We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? Here's a picture. Dude's got what looks like a giant axe or something on his back. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Isn't Thancred supposed to be like an assassin-y type? Ah. Can't see. I crashed into a building. Just bust into someone's house. Oh, there we go. This dude eating dinner. Yeah, I want to bug someone eating dinner. Let's speak to Marsachamp. Haven't I talked to this person before? What's that you've got there? A sketch? Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. I mean, yeah, he's got some boobs. I had heard a tale the other day about a Hurrian vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself, and with style. Yep, that's him. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was the belle of the bleeding ball. Sound like your man? Yeah, it actually does. Kyle, I think we found him. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Let's see, where's that? Just saw it. Crashing into the house again. Now that I can fly over all the things. Where am I flying over all the things? Am I stuck? I feel like I'm stuck. Cryo. We were to meet here, were we not? Hopefully. Let's see if a battle's going to ensue. Nope, it's cutscene instead. Alphanod. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it was wise to question as many hunters as we could. Yashola. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Alphanod. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of exceptionally capable Hyrian hunter, with whom no one is familiar. Though none chanced to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. Alphanod. So ye have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Cryle. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath tracker. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed a rather curious description for one of his kind. Yashola. You are implying that Thancred sent a Vath to market in his stead? Why would he not go himself? Alphanod. Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name's day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Well, Yashola looks at him and crosses her arms. Is it now? Alphanod looks surprised, like, that's not what I meant, I swear. Are you gonna draw me like your Titanic girls? Alphanod, well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. Uh-huh. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same, predicament. Cryle. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? Alphanod nods. Alphanod. Quite right. Kryl, quite right. I nod. Poor Alphanod. Can't keep his shit together. Kryl. Honestly, that boy. Some things never change. Yashola. Given that Alphanod seems to recall the details of my return so vividly, I would rather he did not draw me from memory, talented or not. Telling you, man, he's gonna do the Titanic all over again. A little slow, a little late. Alphanod. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred could be waiting for us in Loth Ast Vath. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone, come along. I think he's trying to show off for Kryl. He usually doesn't talk like that. Vath Storyteller. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth Ast Vath. What do you seek this day? Alphanod. We seek a man with whom we are told may have had certain dealings. Vath Storyteller. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? Alphanod shakes his head. No, he is not prey, but a friend long missing. Oh, that's Storyteller. Oh. Good. He is a friend to the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Alphanod, truly? And you are quite certain it was this man? Vath Storyteller. There is no doubt. A fleshling clothed in skins came to us from Som Al, lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh, so skilled a hunter he was. Much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. Yashola. And where is he now? Oh, Vath Storyteller. Gone to Loth Ast Nath, not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Yashola. Ravana has returned? She crosses her arms. Alphanod thinks. Alphanod. Vidofnir did say that the Nath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Vath Storyteller. Go, great hunter, lest the Nath claim him as a sacrifice. Was it dead? Oh yeah, those are the dead Vath or whatever. Or Nath. No, those are Nath.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
I'm not really sure what they're actually looking at. Oh, that's a giant monster. That's not Thancred. Oh, it's a group of people. Group of heroes. And the guy with the giant axe, of course. Is that the bug god we killed earlier? He's kicking that guy's ass, though. He's kicking the god's ass. He defeated it. Wow, they actually did it. Elfenot jumps down. They're struck at a pose in victory. Oh shit, the other dude's got the echo. The guy with the giant axe.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Wait, isn't that what we're trying to do? Yeah, we're in the void. So, the guy with the giant axe and his comrades are all in the giant void now.
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
Black-robed Ascian. Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not!
Oh, his axe is glowing extremely brightly. He thrust the light at the Ascian.
So you are the warrior of light. The savior of Eorzea.
That's me. Do the whole group have it?
It's a wonder you didn't come sooner. What with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
I've been busy with other shit. Yeah, it seems like their whole group may have the echo. Because they all were, like, grabbing their heads and stuff.
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
They look at each
Shall
other.
we show them?
Shall we show them? I mean, you probably should. So, one of the people in the group had shot off arrows, and Yashola ran in to block them. And the group is attacking us now, what the fuck? God, the axe is attacking us. And I'm like, alright, this is gonna stop. Some shurikens, or whatever you call those, are being thrown at the enemy. There's Thancred. That's him. Thancred was standing on a rope. High in the air. He jumped down like a badass. Kicked the guy right in the face. Now they're fighting. Thancred's got a sword, I think? Yeah, he's got like a big sword. And the guy's got his giant axe. Smack each other in midair and shit.
Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it.
I mean, we didn't start the fight. You guys just started attacking.
Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path.
and we shall meet again.
Wait, but you're trying to destroy the Ascians, right? That's a good thing? Why are you so evil? Well, I guess being Warriors of Darkness doesn't necessarily mean they're evil, unless their master is evil and wanting them to kill the Ascians? I don't know. But they're jerks, as they attacked us. They kind of suck. They teleported out just like I do.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Right? Hi, Thancred. He smiles. What's up?
Thancred! Are you alright?
Thancred is kicking ass.
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Thancred definitely looks scruffier than I remember him being. He's also got a, like a giant black, like, cloth or bandage over his left eye. So if something happened to his left eye, he's wearing what kind of looks like a shabby white shirt with black pants. Yeah, he looks kind of shabby, though. We GTFO. Cryo. The vision caught me unawares, and I was unprepared for their attack. But I could hear the colony chattering all around us. They were so loud, so unbearably loud. Alphanod, do you need to sit down? I have water if it will help. Shola, we should be safe here. Our pursuers are not likely to stray far from the colony.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then...
I mean, he's not wrong.
Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the live stream in the all-together.
I mean... yeah, so basically... so they're showing a picture of him naked with a like a little squirrel thing running by, and its tail is blocking Thancred's, yeah, as it's running by. And he's looking down all shocked, like, what the fuck?
Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
Yeah, probably. Also, there's another animal running by covering his butt now. Because you see him stabbing some, like, giant bear-looking thing? I think it's a bear.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more?
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
I mean, that's also fair.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed warriors of darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the warrior of light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
I nod.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
Cryo, he knew us. He knew you. Did he walk in our memories as we walked in his? Thancred, I know what you're thinking, but really, you needn't worry. It will only lend credence to my tales of heroism. Besides, battle scars are to maidens what loose morals are to gentlemen. A definite bonus. Okay. Y'shtola, to it seem the mystery of the axe-wielding Hyre has been laid to rest. I should have known better than to think Thancred would ever stoop to using such an inelegant weapon. But then, how was I to know that there was not one vagabond wandering in the Chocobo Forest, but two? I mean, yeah, that was pretty unexpected. Dreams of the Lost. Alphanod. Blessed with the power of the Echo and driven to put down Primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is it the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause? Y'shtola shakes her head. I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Yida and Palpamio found Suicune. Thancred. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that band of merry men and women had killed a god. Yeah, they kicked that thing's ass. Y'shtola. I labored to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers had been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. 'Twould imply gross negligence on our part. I mean, unless people were maybe confusing them for you? Alphanod, he considers. Speculation will avail us not. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Americ's invitation. Cryo. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony is giving me a stinking headache. If you have needs of me, I shall be with Master Matoya, I would beg her assistance with the search for Menphilia. Thancred. Wait, Menphilia is missing? I thought she had escaped with Suicune. Yeah, see what happened was? Alphanod. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Yeah, a lot. Time to talk to Vidofnir. Vidofnir. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seekest the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. Sure you didn't eat her? Alphanod. My thanks, Vidofnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who has been summoned by the Nath, has again been laid low. Vidofnir. Truly? Once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Alphanod. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hand. Vidofnir. Another? Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Nath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Alphanod. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation? Vidofnir. As promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For want of warmth, she wrapped herself in a dream, yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned, for redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for the weal is spelled as W-E-A-L, or be it for woe, such is the folly and the glory of man and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Thancred. Then you accept Sir Americ's invitation? Vidofnir. Let it be known that I, Vidofnir, shall journey unto Ishgard on behalf of my people. Alphanod. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. The rest of the group walks off, but as he was going to leave, he stops. Alphanod. It is happening, Ysael. Would that you were here to see it. He looks up to the sky. And the camera slowly pans up and fades to black. That is Ishgard, I think?
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another.
That's Sir Americ. Some guy who's probably about to assassinate him.
Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide.
Oh shit, he did stab him. As they walked past, he shanked him. Sir Emeric falls to his knees.
Honorable men, who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men, whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
Damn. So, like, the guy was kind of behind a corner in the shadows, and as he was passing Sir Americ, he kind of, like, bumped into his shoulder, and, you know, Sir Americ didn't really notice at first. Then he looks down, you see the knife sticking out of his, like, kidney or rib cage or whatever. I couldn't exactly tell where it was. And then he just collapses on the floor. He's supposed to be like this, you know, great warrior and shit. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, he's such a great warrior. He survived all these, you know, heroic battles and all this shit. And he just gets shanked like a prisoner, basically. And then just dies. Like, that sucks. Well, that sucks for Sir Americ. Yashola. Fortunately, the journey afforded us ample time to brief Thancred on recent events. Yeah, not recent enough. Thancred. So you slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Garlemald, uncovered the truth behind a 1,000-year war, thwarted a megalomaniacal archbishop and ambitions, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that about sum it up? Yeah, that's about right, yeah. Like I said, you missed some stuff. Alphanod. Right, let us not keep Sir Americ waiting. Yeah, about that. Are you quite well, Thancred? Thancred. Yes, quite well. Forgive me, you have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians and our friends nowhere to be found. I mean, it's a lot, yeah. 'Twould seem there is no end to our troubles. That's an MMO for you. Yashola. We can but face them head-on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time, we will find Yida and Palpamio and Memphilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we would look back on together. Thancred. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventures at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many, many glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. Alphanod. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. Great, can't wait for them to find out. Lucia, you have returned. In this, at least, the fates are kind. Alphanod. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidofnir has accepted Sir Americ's invitation. Lucia. She has? These are glad tidings indeed. If it weren't for the fact he's dead. Would that Lord Commander were here to hear them. Alphanod. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Hilda. Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. Oh, shit. Just kind of put it like that, don't you? Jeez. Alphanod. What? What happened? Will he live? I thought he'd be dead already. Lucia. The Cherugans tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmont and Lord Artoriel not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For a mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. I thought he ran off. I didn't see him subdue him. Hilda. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flames. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems like 2 more start up. Casualties are mounting, especially in the Broom. Lucia. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? I assume we nod because I didn't see it. Then let us be about it. Squirtle Squad, go! Put out the fires. Alphanod. Just as Sir Emeric risked his life to bring about lasting change, so too will others wager to preserve what they hold dear. Ishola. The Archbishop may have fallen, but the legacy of his predecessors endure. Thancred. Louisoix once told me that that man is all too willing to let his future be bound by his past. And time after time have I witnessed how depressingly right he is. Yeah, that's people for you. Against the dying of the light. Yeah, there would be people like that. What's up, 1,000-year war? Fuck you. We're not doing that. Lucia. The flames are spreading. We must begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Alphanod. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there's a pattern. Lucia. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city in both pillars and foundation. Indeed, given the size of the areas affected, I think it best to divide our forces. Master Alphanod and Mistress Ishola, I would have you take charge of the investigation and foundation. Alphanod. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Hilda. Meaning Suicune and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Which guy? Oh, Thancred. I didn't know he was striking a pose. Thancred of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And may I say, what a pleasure it is to meet you, my lady. Hilda. Yeah, I bet. The name's Hilda. A Scion, eh? And there I was thinking I found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. Lucia. I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. Got it. Thancred. Well, we could begin by sifting through charred rubble and questioning random passerby. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Yeah, that's true, yeah. Let's go find some kids that snoop around everywhere. Hilda. Oh, the infamous Lord Eminelian. Yeah, I'm gonna go with that one. Eminelian de Fortemps. Lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Thancred. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Suicune. Wait, that wasn't I who suggested it. Hilda did. Whatever. Hilda. He'll be at the Crozier most like, making an effort to be seen. So let's go and see him. Thancred. Grizzled, I will accept, but old? I mean, being grizzled makes you look old. You need to get rid of that little tuft on your chin, dude. Having a beard tends to make you look old. You'll notice it's not even a beard. It's like a wannabe scarf of hair. Thancred. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does. And in Lord Eminelian, I sense we have living proof. Eminelian. Well, well, if it isn't Suicune, dearest of all my friends. You're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old girl? Oh, I should have spoken to Honoroi. Yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. And awfully curious, wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it all. Naturally, we've done double the guard outside the manor, along with most of the other houses. Can't have that old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you are wondering why the Hoplan is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Americ's orders, from what I hear. Remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old girl, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplan. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. You would. Wait a moment. I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me injustice, old girl. I would have you know my heart yearns for but one rose, prickly though she may be. Mean Hilda? I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if it will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsons. Thancred. That was not entirely what I had hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees in the Hoplan, Suicune, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? Hilda. You know what? I reckon I would. Can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You'd only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. See what Honoroi says. My lord is a gentleman of unassailable principles. To assail them, after all, one would first need to locate them. Yeah, he gets it. See what Eminelian has to say. I shall detain you no longer, old girl. Good luck with your investigation. Unruffled refugee. I can't even tell if it's a boy or girl. Let's see. Oh, it's a girl. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with the clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Vault Priest. Come, my brothers and sisters. There is food and shelter enough for all in the Basilica. Basilica? I don't know. Ragged refugees. Hellon's blessing be upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Emeric and the Dravanians. False Priest. Trust in your hearts, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. I walk up. Do you require succor as well, miss? No. See, what happened was... Well, it's priest. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on for far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search, but I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the fury guide your steps. How much you want to bet it's the church causing all these fucking fires? Yeah, it seems awfully convenient. I think the church is doing it. Let's talk to Melee. There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere, and it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Thancred. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? See, what happened was... We will require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scenes of several of the fires, including one near St. Remenad's Cathedral and another near the Tribunal. For mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Someone might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists could One would question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the two occasions where their target was a bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy. Like I said, the fucking church did it. I already know. It's obvious the church fucking did it. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphanod will doubtless have an opinion. Oh, I'm sure he will. Alphanod. Silence will avail you not, sir. There's some guy sitting on the floor. Ah, Suikun, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. Yashola. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before the fires broke out. We wished to have words. He did not. So we insisted. Awesome. Captive. Let me go, damn it! You've got the wrong man. Do we now? Thancred kneels down next to him and looks at him in the eyes. Thancred. My, but you reek of oil. And are those burns on your hands? An occupational hazard, I suppose. But tell me, does an arson pay well? The captive shakes his head. Captive. I'm a victim, you imbecile! Look at me! He's got his hands tied behind his back. Thancred. Aye, that you are. After a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these high-born types rarely do show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. Captive. That's bollocks! He's the one who told me to keep going! Captive hangs his head. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind, tried to with all my heart, said my prayers every day like a good man. But he came to me! He came to me! Thancred turns from him. And there you have it, Hilda. Oh, and there you have it. Hilda, would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Hilda. Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limping when he gets there. Now, why would he be limping? Tatru cheers. That was incredible, Thancred. But how did you know he would confess? Thancred. Well, I have seen his like before. A troubled soul manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it was worth the risk. Yashola. And if our captive had called your bluff? Thancred. Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. Alphanod. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that there are arsons, that these arsons were orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best that we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. See, Thancred. Ah, yes, about that. About what? Tataru. Thank the 12 you've returned to us. But what happened to your old outfit? Oh yeah, then he was like, ah, yes, about that. I kind of woke naked and everything. I mean, that is a good way of getting them to change their outfit. Is to just make them come back to life, I guess, naked or whatever. They're like, well, had to get new clothes. I don't remember what his old outfit looked like, but this one looks kind of raggedy. I liked his old outfit. Alphanod. If we could but determine the motive behind these fires. I mean, people were turning against the church. And so if they start a bunch of fires and make people panic, and then the church just swoops in and provides assistance to everybody, then that gives the church a good reputation and makes people side with the church. I mean, it's Alphanod. It's not that hard. It's basically like, releasing a virus and then, oh, I have the cure. It's basically like that. Lucia. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak, though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not turned his master. Wait. Yeah. Realizing we had not turned his master. He will soon tell us what he knows, one way or another. Oh, I bet. How do I say this guy's names? Artoriel. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Lucia. Ah, Lord Artoriel. We'll go with that. Even though it's totally wrong. Artoriel. Whatever. Are you come to see your father? He is attending Sir Emeric in his chambers at present. Artorial. I am. He bid me bring this salve. Lucia. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. Artorial shakes his head. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. He gives a graceful bow. Yeah, watch, this salve, like, burns his skin off or some shit. He's just another, traitor in disguise. Probably not, but the way things have gone so far. Alphadon. My Lord Artorial did not seem to be in the best of spirits. I mean, given what's going on, I wouldn't be either. Lucia just kind of shrugs. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphonod. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. Well, I get to pick something. I don't know what this is for. Primal accessories of Fending Coffer. Or Slaying Coffer. Doesn't say what any of that stuff does, though. Or I can get some Allegan silver piece, which I'm pretty sure I don't need. Currency minted in the Thirst Astral Era. I'm pretty sure I don't need any of that shit. Whatever. I guess I'll get Defending? Because I don't really need Slaying, I'm a healer. I only have 3 attack buttons. Alphanod. It was not so long ago, was it? Nope. Thancred. No more farewells, not for a good while yet, at least. Yashola. How desperately we cling to that which we hold dear, knowing all the while that a day will come when we must let it go. Yeah, but we really don't want to let it go, though. As goes light, so goes darkness. Just like a yin-yang thing.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Oh, Sir Emeric.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
A tense temple knight barged in.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
Everyone's like, holy shit! See, what happened was...
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond.
Yeah, these guys are, like, covered in, like, long black armor of some kind. It's kind of hard to tell. And I can't see their eyes, because it looks like they're wearing some kind of, like, cap. Like, black cap that covers over their face. But it doesn't, like, completely cover their nose. It goes down to their nose. But it looks like it completely covers their eyes.
They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they They declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Yeah, that's the priest that we saw earlier that was, offering aid to the citizens.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets.
Hilda nods. Merrick smiles.
I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
Alphanod nods. I nod. Everyone else nods.
We are in your debt.
Thancred pounds his fists together, like pumped.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
Atwarel nods. Yashola. Concentrate on freeing the hostages. I will tend to their wounds. Thancred. Just like old times, eh? Yeah, it didn't take very long, did it? Alphanod. Ready when you are, Suicune. Artorio. Do not concern yourself with my safety, lest you forget I too am a knight. Sir Emmerich. Listen well. We will enter the Basilica silently via this gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of the true brothers of the faith are unknown. Artorio. I am told one claimed to have served under Thordan the 7th. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seized control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes. Which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Artorio, you are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you chose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? Artorel. I am no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. Halone as my witness, we will bring these fanatics to justice. Emmerich. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Yeah, here we go. Gotta leave my group. can't get from the party. Alright, fine. Disband. I have to do all this again? Damn it. There we go. Yeah, so it's been a while since I played this last. Alright, time to do it again because I failed. Very easy. Fuck you. Though the hard part wasn't the fact that it was difficult, it was the fact that I couldn't find the freaking hostages. That was actually the problem. It would seem our presence has gone unnoticed. Remember, saving hostages takes precedence over all else. Mind your attacks. Do the kill everything button? Yeah, like, I did all this, and I couldn't find all the hostages, and I basically ran out of time. For now, I'm following them. You must hurry, the others were taken elsewhere. Sir Simonard? So this is indeed the work of that Archbishop's former servant. On your guard, they sounded the alarm. I will hold the entrance, look after this one. Now go! I wish it would let me choose very easy from the beginning. That would make this not take as long. Secure the hostage, Suikyu, and leave the others to us.
Down with you!
It's over now. Is it over? Yes. Well, your part. They took the others somewhere. It all happened so quickly. There they are! Let none escape! Keep going! I will hold them here! Not alone, you won't. Suikyu, stay with Sir Americ and Lord Atorio. This way, Suikyu, to the choir. Choirs being Q-U-I-R-E.
You underestimate me.
Americ. Sir Simonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give you my word. Simonard of the Holiest Flame. Ha! The word of a heretic and kinslayer. I would soon trust a dragon. Activate Knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the Archbishop. And the knights are actually like knights from chess. They're basically horses on two legs. It's really freaking looking. One's black and one's white. Simonard of the Holiest Flame. Unlike you, Sir Americ, I am a man of honor. By my hand, you shall receive the Fury's judgment. Americ. So it is to be a trial, then. Lord Atorio, Suikyu, leave us and save the hostages. I will deal with Sir Simonard. this is where I got stuck. Come on, then. Let's see whom the Fury favors. So I know there's hostages over here. Sir America's still wounded, Suikyu. We need to hurry. Untying their bonds. There must be others nearby, but where? Yeah, that is the question, because I couldn't fucking find them. So I found that one. And there should be another one over here. But after this one, I have no idea where they are. Come on, release their bones. I see no others nearby. Come on, Suikyu. Sir Americ needs our help. But since I haven't released all the hostages yet. Sir Americ's already at 45%. That was hardly anything. Well done. Now let us finish, sir. Sir, before the eyes of God, or whatever. Okay, Sir Americ, I need to heal you. Can I do that?
This knight does not yield!
I think it's working. I'm trying to heal him. I don't want him to die, obviously. One day, I swear, you will. Oh, here's the last one. Ragged refugee. Fury be praised. He took Mael. You must hurry. The priest took Mael upstairs when he saw you killed his men.
Where is he? Where is he?
Sir Americ's pissed. He runs off. Sees a priest.
Come no closer.
He sees a priest, the one that we saw earlier that was helping the people earlier. He's holding her Mael or whatever. He's holding her with one arm, grabbing her by the throat, holding her over the ledge. Sir Merrick stops.
You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
My character is going to move forward, but Sir Merrick holds out his arm to stop me.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
He slowly looks at the girl. She looks absolutely terrified. He grins evilly and pushes her and throws her off the ledge. Yeah, that's an evil fucking smile right there. Yeah. That didn't go well. Oh, we see her falling. Oh shit. Yashola looks up and sees someone falling. Oh shit! Yashola! Oh. Oh hey, it's that one dragon we talked to earlier. How did Shinaku?
What? But I...
She still would have gone splat.
Vidofne!
Yeah, that one. Mayo runs behind Lucia.
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Nayeli.
Thou art welcome, child.
She's still hiding behind Lucia. She smiles and nods. Oh, there's Sir Merrick. Whatever happened to that priest dude?
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
She had lowered her head to basically look at all of us eye to eye. It just shows like how big she is compared to everybody else.
From Bracefelder.
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
Vidofnir flies off.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emmerich? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for a lasting peace with the Javanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horschiffon in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Count Edmond de Fortemps and Sir Emeric kind of looked away from each other for a moment, kind of contemplatively.
Lord Edmund.
Emeric looks surprised. Atoriel and Edmond kind of just walk off. Thancred. Well, that was timely. Vidofnir must have been circling for hours. Yashola. In the moments before Vidofnir appeared, I contemplated teleporting the girl. Thank the 12 that I did not. Alphanod. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Thancred. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. I mean, it's hard to top that, though. Yashola. Well, time scarcely does it justice, but 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. Alphanod. Let us pray that the Ishgardians who yet harbored doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Emeric's words. Yeah, I wouldn't count on it. Well, 'tis only meet that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be at Fortemps Manor. Thancred. Allow me to accompany you, Tataru would never forgive me if I left her for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. Alphanod nods. And they depart. Yashola. A moment, Suikun. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? I mean, he's been doing alright. I mean, he's held his own in the vault. He got on well enough with Hilda. And I'm not sure how to put it into words, but, I mean, he seems alright. mean, he got on well enough with Hilda. Y'shtola. Of that I have no doubt. His time in the wilderness did not deprive him of his charm. But that is neither here nor there. What concerned me is his etheric flow, which I fear has been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. I nod. Right then, I shall be on my way. Kryl may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? I mean, yeah, he was kicking that dude's ass, so I mean, he seemed alright. There's Tataru. Is Honoroi here? I want to talk to Honoroi if he's around. No, I don't see him. Dang it. Tataru. Lord Enmont told me all about what Vidofnir did. Gods, how I wish I had been there to see it. I still say she would have gone splat. But we'll let it slide this one time.
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
The Torel. And someone else also appeared. His butler nods and walks off.
A shield, my lord?
Yeah, he returns with a shield with a red horse head. Like, it's a black shield with a red horse head. Which I think it's like a unicorn, because I think it's got a horn on it.
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue.
Vittorio smiles.
But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house.
Often everyone's surprised.
Sir Emmerich was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zamail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread.
He closes his eyes, then kind of looks up a little bit.
Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count?
A knight lives to serve.
You sound just like him. Aye, I suspect that is what Horschiffon would have said. to aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You are a sister to Horchiffon. Will you be a sister to me as well?
I thought Horchiffon had the hots for me. I nod. He smiles and nods.
Come, Manelaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emmerich, and for Ishgard.
Oh yeah, that other guy that walked in was Eminelian. That brat. He's like, wait, what? I have to do stuff? Damn it. He just leaves. Honoroi browse and runs after him. Poor Honoroi.
To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Artorial just shakes his head, it's like, dang it, really? And gives me a bow.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortemps, Heaven's word, as goes light, so goes darkness. Wait, did I just read Heaven's word? Let's see, primal accessories of aiming. Oh, healing, there we go. Not that I need it, but yeah, I'll take it. Orianche. I thought he was going to talk. Orianche is in some kind of library, I guess? Reading a book. "'Tis is thy proof, thy gerund oracles, apocrypha, wait, apocrypha, A-P-O-C-R-Y-P-H-A, apocrypha. So that's what I'm going with. Question mark. It is a truth long forgotten, a tale of the beginning, and of the path we have been set upon. Oriange looks over to see... Oh. It is, Elidibus. That, white Asian guy. With, like, the white robes. And a red mask. Elidibus. I think that's his name. Our fates were ordained long ago, Archon. The Garleans are no exception. Nor the Triad. You know what must be done. Oriange just kind of looks at him. and that dude smiles. Elidibus is like, eh. Elidibus being cheeky. Someone with white boots standing behind a corner somewhere. Elidibus's associate turns around, but doesn't see anyone there. Unless he doesn't see Elidibus, which he may not. I think they're invisible to other people. Some guy runs up to a lady in white and she nods. And then runs off. Popomio. Oh. Well. Oh, Yida. Everyone has their orders. Yida. The masks will attack as soon as all units are in position. The Imperials won't know it hit them. Popomio considers. Popomio. I fear it will be bloody. Why are they zooming in on her boobs? And why is she basically wearing just like a brown bra? And a very, like, loose kind of shirt. Okay, you just focus right on the boobs, game. Yida. By Relgar, it has to be. It had better be. Oh, it had better be bloody? Wow. Yida's not usually like that. Even Palpamio kind of looks upset. We cannot stay here forever, Yida. We have other responsibilities. Yida. I know full well what my responsibilities are, and I mean to fulfill them. Every one. Okay. I mean, at least we know they're alive. And they're together. As always. Alphanod. Much as I worry for the future of Ishgard, the fate of our missing friends concerns me even more. Tataru. As it once was. Oh, that's the quest name. As it once was. Tetsuru, she kind of like cheers. She hops up and down a little bit. Alphanod, Suicune, I've been looking all over for you. We've received news regarding how do I say this one? Flamin. Yeah, I think that was her name. Flamin. Hori Boulder. And Coltonet. Alphanod, really? Has something happened? Tetsuru nods. Tetsuru, no, it's nothing bad. Quite the opposite. In fact, it seems that once they learned the Scion's good name has been restored, they boarded the next ship bound for Limsa Lominsa. They should arrive any moment now. It's easy to forget how useful link pearls are, isn't it? When they work, I mean. And you don't mind being mind being spied on. I mean, there was that. Alphanod just kind of shrugs. Quite. But what wonderful news, to think that our reunion is close at hand. Thancred and Kryl walk up. Thancred, a pleasure to see you too, Alphanod. Thancred. Ah, Thancred and Kryl. What brings the two of you here? Thancred. Kryl and I have been looking into how we might track down Minfilia. Kryl nods. Kryl. And we may just have found the answer. Everyone looks shocked. Suicune, when you were fleeing Ul'dah with Minfilia, you said that Hydaelyn spoke to her shortly before you parted ways, yes? Well, assuming that is true, and I see no reason to suspect it is not, it seems reasonable to conclude that Hydaelyn commanded her to remain behind. That is to say, the Mother Crystal directly interceded to guide Minfilia. Admittedly, this is all still quite hypothetical, but I propose that such intervention, however subtle, must surely leave some residual trace, a lingering disturbance in the ether, or ripple, if you will. I almost said a disturbance in the Force. In order to establish the existence of such ripples, of course we will require suitable data. Thancred. Fortunately, I know where such data can be found. The battleground where Suicune felled the Ultima weapon, and site of my personal ignominy. Ignominy? I guess. 'Twas there that Hydaelyn intervened to shield her from the magic I invoked. Kryl and I will infiltrate the castrum and analyze the ether therein. Alphanod. The two of you? Alone? Thancred. I have a proven knack for subterfuge, and I am confident there will be sufficient nooks and crannies to which to hide Kryl while the patrols pass. Besides, if you and Suikyun come along, who will see to Flamin's grand homecoming? Alphanod considers. Alphanod. When you put it like that, very well, I will trust in your plan. Thancred nods. Alphanod turns to me. I know not whether this data will yield means to find Menphilia, but it will at the very least eliminate another avenue of inquiry. Tatru and I will return to Rising Stones and make preparations for our comrades' return. Might I impose upon you to meet them at the Lomensen docks? I nod. Then I shall see the four of you at the Rising Stones. Safe travels! Flamin. Oh, Suikyun. How have you been? Come here, let me have a look at you. Thank the 12. One hears the strangest tales in foreign lands. I worried about you all every day. Coltonet. We would have sent word sooner, but the Braves afforded us no opportunity. When they fell upon us in the market, it was all we could do to escape. Tatru found her way to you, of course, but we were forced to seek shelter aboard a Hannish vessel. Hoary Boulder nods. Hoary Boulder. It pained us not being there when you needed us most, but we made the most of it, didn't we, Coltonet? Studied and trained from dusk till dawn, we did. Flamin. We would have sent word sooner, but we knew not whom to trust, and with the vast distance. But those dark days are behind us at last. I shall be glad indeed to return home and speak with my daughter. See, what happened was... She looked shocked. What do you mean she's missing? How could you let this happen? Well, I mean, again, see what happened was... it was a lot. Forgive me, I'm sure you are doing everything in your power to find her. As Thancred must be, he watched over her from the first, long before me, and he will watch over her to the last. I shall pray for her safe return and busy myself in the meantime. Coltonet. For a certainty, there is much and more to be done. The Braves may have bloodied us, but the path remains, and we shall not be swayed from it. Heavy Boulder. He flexes. Aye, that's the spirit. To the Scions and a long overdue reunion. Huzzah! I smile and nod. Flamin. Well, there you have it. To the Rising Stones. Oh, where are we at? Oh, we're at that one... They salute. We're at the, that Empire place. Wait, is that Thancred? Thancred, are you undercover?
Well done, sir. And with that, I believe we are ready to proceed.
Yep, that's Cryo. Thancred and her undercover. Well, she's not.
Let us be about our business then. The next patrol may not be so credulous.
So Thancred took off his helmet, and I don't know if he had this before, but he's got like one brown eye and like one blue eye. I'm not sure if he had that before, but his eye seems to be fine, so I'm not sure why he had it covered before. It was either a dead or knocked out dude.
Why must you be so disappointingly brusque? You're not at all as Menphilia described, you know. I don't think you've favored me with so much as a single compliment since we set out. Tell me, did your time in the wilderness sap you of all your charm? Or are you holding it in reserve for your beloved?
This is neither the time nor the place.
Yeah, I mean, usually he's a little more charming than that.
Well, call me old-fashioned, but when I'm risking life and limb infiltrating an Imperial castrum, I like to be sure of my comrades' motivations.
Yeah, that got serious.
I see now where Alphino gets it from.
Thancred shakes his head. He's like, dang it.
Minfilia is dear to me. It is true. But not in the way you think. 15 years passed, when she was still but a child. There was an incident at a parade. A Gubu broke free of its fetters and ran amok through the streets of Ul'dah. Had I been more attentive, I could have prevented it. But I was distracted, and her father was killed. I feared she would never recover. But in the years that followed, she showed herself to be more resilient than I had ever imagined. And when she learned of her gift, she did not flinch from the responsibility, but sought to guide others on the path. She touched the hearts of all around her. Mine, Louisoix, every science. In those dark days following the calamity, she was our guiding light, our hope for a brighter future. She had so many dreams, and I would give anything to make them come true.
Thancred gazes up at the night sky.
My apologies. I can see she means the world to you. I did not mean to pick at old scars.
No harm done, I assure you. But fair is fair, my lady. What is Minfilia to you?
You mean you don't know? Only my dearest friend. When I finally emerged from my torpor, I learned that nary a day had passed without her asking after me. She never gave up hope.
Cryo looks down sadly.
And neither will I.
Thancred
Then
smiles.
for Minfilia's sake, let us pray that these vestiges of Hydaelyn's intervention will lead us to her.
They push buttons on some kind of control panel. And the big metal door, big metal gate opens. You might want to put your costumes back on.